Hey gamers, welcome to Vlog Matters number 13. Rather than talking about the funding topic that I referred to in the last video, I want to talk about some short-term updates for subject matter and things that are happening right now on the internet and things that are happening in the future in the next couple of weeks and that I think you should check out. So the first one is that Twin Cities Code Camp 18 in Minneapolis, Minnesota is coming up. It is on April 25th, 2015, and I will be speaking at it, giving a post-mortem about Don't Be Dinner and some of the challenges and problems that went into developing that game and some of the good things that came out of developing that game. I think it's going to be a really interesting talk because I really want it where I can give a high-level overview of what I did and what subject matter did, and I think it's going to be quite a bit different than what a lot of people do when they develop software. Everyone's got their own method, and everyone does things in their project that are spur of the moment things. They're like, oh, I'm just going to implement this quick fix and we're going to go with it. And then later on you look at that code and you're like, oh, that is just terrible. So we're going to go over some of those things. We're going to talk about how the overarching positives and negatives of that project will implement different procedures in working on Project Torment and other future projects for subject matter. So if you go below, you'll find the link to twincitiescodecamp.com, and you can find information and details about the event there. The event is free. If you're in Minneapolis or the Minnesota area, I highly suggest you go to it. If not this year, in the forthcoming events. I think it's a biannual event. I used to go all the time, but some of the times it happens where the weather's not so great and driving from where I'm at kind of sucks. So this is the first time I'm going to be attending in a couple of years, and I used to talk there too. So it'll be coming back to doing both of those things, and I'm totally excited to give this talk. I'm right away in the morning on the schedule right now, so get your coffee in. And the second thing I want to talk about, you can go in the link for this, or in the items below for the link to this too, is I did an online text interview with hobbygamedev.com for the Game Developers Like You series that they're doing, where I talk about some of the things that inspired me for creation of subject matter, some of the things that inspire me in general as a developer, and just a lot of what made me the developer I am and what am I looking to get out of going forward as a developer. What do I want to achieve in the future? And then I talk a lot about the start of subject matter, the development of Don't Be Dinner, I kind of touch on a little bit, and then how Project Torment is kind of taking the stakes of what subject matter is doing and really increases those stakes quite a bit. I mean, Project Torment's a lot more complex just on the surface than what the other games were, not even going into all the details for it. So I think it's a really interesting read. I talk about some other things like what games have inspired me and just a lot of really cool questions. And there's a ton of these different hobby game dev developer interviews on their website. So I highly suggest going to their website and checking out both my interview and all the other interviews there. Again, go down below, you'll find some links to hobbygamedev.com, my interview, and Twin Cities Code Camp. Remember, that is coming up April 25th, 2015. So if you're in the area, you should sign up. You have to sign up early, I think. I think you have to sign up early. And you should go. So looking forward to everyone who's coming out to those, and looking forward to you going to the interviews below. Go check those out. They're pretty fun to look at. In the meantime, I'm going to be working on my presentation for Twin Cities Code Camp. Now I'm getting the two confused. I'm going to work on my presentation for that. We've got some more game design implementation that's going into Project Torment, and I think the next set of videos is going to be talking about the design behind Project Torment and how that's being implemented right now in kind of a test-like world. I'm a little hesitant to bring that all up because, one, I don't want to tell you all of the workings of the game, so when you see the game you're like, oh, I know this is how this works, and I can just run through the game. Second, I'm a little hesitant because a lot of game dev things that come out of, a lot of fun that comes out of the game dev process is from playing the game. And while I'm still implementing these are all conceptual right now. And they need to be played to see if they're fun or not. So that's going to happen pretty soon because these design implementation pieces are going really fast. But I don't want to say, hey, this is how this works, and then later on it just doesn't work that way, because it'd be a little weird. But I think it'd be a good exercise in looking at what goes behind design of a game and implementation of it, and then how it gets tweaked in the future. So look for those vlogs coming soon, and I'll see you next time.